All right, here we go. At Games Legends Flashback 2019 edition. Like I said, I'm pretty excited to just take a look at all the games here on the list. See how it's kind of laid out, like that color scheme. I think their last Legends or two were like that as well. I don't have any of the previous Legends Flashback consoles, so this is my first. But I remember seeing maybe some reviews. The screen kind of looked like that. As you can see, kind of how it's laid out, you have the all games, they have an arcade games, console games, settings. You can kind of change your background a little bit. There's 5 different ones. We'll stick with that grid there. Of course, just standard black works just as well. Back up to SD card, restore and delete all saves. You can have background music on like we currently do. Luckily, it's nothing too annoying. I'll turn it up here for a second. Or you can choose to have it off. And overdrive, I'm not quite sure what that does. We'll have to take a look in the instruction manual for that. So let's just go to all games here. We're just going to shoot through them here real quick. I'm not even going to point out every single one. There are 100 games here. There are 10 games per page and 10 pages of them. But of course, you get the arcade 1942. A lot of these are kind of Genesis versions. These are pretty heavy on the ColecoVision as well. So you can see Aladdin there. That's a big one. Burger Time, that looks like the arcade version, or at least the NES version for that. And here we go with the ColecoVision goodness. Choplifter right here on the top row. Cosmic Avenger Commando down here. Those are fantastic ColecoVision games. And ColecoVision, like I said, was a very big reason for myself purchasing that. Dig Dug, the arcade game, not huge into that, but here we see, oh, I'm getting ahead of myself. Donald in Maui Mallard. How about that? Earth Defense Force down there. Express Rider. Fix It Felix Jr. That's, if you've seen the Wreck-It Ralph, you'll kind of see that one. We'll definitely let's play a minute or two of that one. That's a unique one to have on here. So Frenzy, of course, another big ColecoVision games. Gargoyles. How about that? Haven't seen that for a little while. Ghosts and Goblins. Here's Hoops. Joe and Mac games down there. Judge Dredd, Jungle Hunt from the ColecoVision. I'm assuming Lock and Chase is going to be from the Coleco as well. Mappy looks like an arcade game. Montezuma's Revenge here on the lower right. Definitely a big fan of that game. I think one of my personal favorite ColecoVision games. You see Mega Man's 1 and 2 on there as well. Oh, Miner 2049er. Nice. I'm glad to see that one on there. That one caught me by surprise. I think I overlooked that one originally. Moonsweeper, Oil's Well, that's kind of a fun little puzzle game there. Pinball Quest, always happy to see some pinball goodness. Rally X, Rodland, Rootin' Tootin'. Actually a really fun Pac-Man clone where you play as like a trumpet. Side Pocket, great pool game. Actually really excited for that one. Here we go, page 8, Space Fury, Space Panic, both from ColecoVision. Really love those games actually. Super Star Wars, Empire Strikes Back, and I'm assuming, yep, Return of the Jedi, fantastic. Super Street Fighter 2, got some Tetris on there. Kind of looks like maybe the NES version. We'll definitely pick that up here in just a second. Here's some more Disney goodness. Jungle Book, the game, which I don't think I've ever played actually. Lion King, Tough as Nails, Lion King, Top Gear, got totally rad. Venture, oh, another great ColecoVision game, as is Zaxxon, and of course ends with Zombies Ate My Neighbors. We're going to take a look at that here. I'm pretty sure Zombie Ate My Neighbors is going to be a Sega Genesis version. Definitely looks like that. I'll be Girl with Hat. Man, this is a fantastic game, especially to play around Halloween time. It is fantastic. Yeah, I think it is the Genesis version because it looks like with the bar and stuff on the right side. I think the Super Nintendo version had it laid out somewhere else. But of course, in this, you kind of a little bit of a side scroller shooter there. You got to shoot all the zombies, but you also got to rescue all the neighbors that are laying around. You got to get good old Doggo. Get the cheerleaders, of course, and we have two more neighbors to find. Here's another key down here. Oh, we're in the cemetery now. Yeah, the only version of this I have is actually for the Genesis. I have the actual card itself. I think I had the Nintendo eShop version back on the Wii, and I remember it looking a little bit different. But you can see there kind of how it plays out. It's a fantastic game, just kind of fun stages. They get pretty crazy a little bit later on. So I'm gonna hit the reset button here on the console. You can see you can save slots, resume game, quit game. You can have the scan line filter on if you are a fan of the scan lines. I don't care either way. We'll just quit game. We didn't do anything too wild here. Let's go back. Let's take a look at what Tetris is. And that's going to be a big one for a lot of people. Oh, so good. Oh my. Oh, okay, I see. Once you hit down, you're committed. So it's kind of like the Tengen Tetris in a way. I don't like the that particular layout. I did something wrong there. Hitting down just pushes them, or excuse me, hitting the button pushes them down. And I'm hitting the A button right here. They just go straight down. I'm not used to that. How do I even rotate them? I have to work with that a little bit. That's that version of Tetris. Actually, it's kind of good that it didn't work out to me. That game's super addicting to be playing that for the rest of the video here. Let's play one or two more. I think a lot of us know what Super Street Fighter 2 is by now. Oh, Super Burger Time. Glad to see that one on there as well. Peek at Star Wars here real quick. Good old LucasArts, man, they made a lot of great games, especially for 90s PC games, which of course I don't have any nor was into, but man, I was running this one being very difficult. I don't even think I got because I had the actual cartridges again on the Super Nintendo. I don't think I ever got more than a couple stages in. Great music, definitely a fun game, good looking game as well, especially for Super Nintendo back in the day. Difficult, great music. Man, if the Star Wars movies were this exciting, they'd be a little bit better. Ah, great stuff. Let's do one or two more games here. This is, like I said, this is just a fantastic collection of games. Sound-wise, it's okay. I think a lot of these third-party consoles have issues with sound, but let's see what this version of Aladdin. We can assume it's more the Genesis version as well, in which case that's actually a bonus. I think it might be actually. It definitely looks Genesy. Oh, you know what? I think it might be. Great music. Not a great start though. There we go. Fantastic game. Glad that this is on the collection. Let's finish off with, let's see. What should we finish off with, folks? Trying to do something a little bit, a lot of people won't cover. Like, well, we got to do a ColecoVision game for sure. We got to do a Cosmic. Oh, shoot, that Montezuma's Revenge is pretty good. I think we got to try that. Low Jungle Hunt is also quite good. course, a lot of us by now know kind of what Mega Man and Mega Man 2 are, so. Parker Brothers. Oh, that's going to be an interesting. Got the menu there on the, or the not menu, but a keyboard there on the screen. A good modern game that's kind of like this is that Sydney Hunter game that's done by Collector Vision Games. I'm sure if you're tuned into a lot of Gamester 81 videos, he's always talking about the Sydney Hunter games quite a bit. Actually, very, very similar to this. So if you always liked Montezuma's Revenge, I think you'll get a kick out of those games. Yeah, this is fantastic. I love seeing the ColecoVision games added to here. Warms my heart. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that will do it for this video. Of course, that is the Legends Flashback 100 games. Fantastic. I think sound-wise, it's okay. I don't have any issues with it so far. A lot of times I play it with the sound down pretty low anyway. I listen to a podcast or music in the background, so that doesn't bother me a whole lot. Visually, I think graphics on this are pretty darn good. I haven't noticed any issues yet. I think the emulation is pretty good. Controller is a little weird playing some of these with the 6-button Genesis controller. Not terribly big on that, but it seems to respond pretty well. I don't think I'll have too much of an issue with that. I can get adjusted to playing some of these with a Genesis type controller. It's going to be a little weird, but should be pretty manageable. So overall, I think this is a fantastic console. Actually, could be better. It's definitely not the worst one out there. We've played some pretty bad ones here on the channel and here on YouTube. So I think it's pretty good. I definitely can give this a recommendation. I think this is going to be a fun little console to have, or mini micro console to have in the collection. So everybody, thanks for watching part 2 here. Again, link in the description below for part 1, just kind of taking a look at the console itself in box. And we'll see everybody next time. Everybody take care and game on.